On this week's episode, we've got comics, we've got Pokemon, and we've got lots and lots of action figures. The first thing I'm going to show you this week is a batch of comics that were actually the last thing that was brought in. Were brought in today, which is Saturday, which is a few days ago for you. Yes, I know. So it was a viewer of the channel who brought these in. Nice to meet you and your friends. Hope we see you again at some point. There's some Star Wars comics and something else over here. So we'll start off with Star Wars ones. We've got Lando. The mini-series, we've got issue 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's 5-issue mini-series, so that's all 5 of those. And I've got to be honest with you, I've read these, and I quite enjoyed them. It was fun. It told the tale of why Lobot has the thing around his head. It's a tale that didn't need telling, but it made for fun reading anyway. I don't often big up the Marvel comics, but on this occasion, I am doing. Then we've got Star Wars Shattered Empire, which this one is part of the journey to The Force Awakens, when, as fans, we were all excited about what was to come. And this tried to fill in a little bit of the gap between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. We've got issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's a 4-issue series. We've got the Chewbacca run, another mini-series, issue 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I need to check this because I think that this was a 5-issue series, so I might need to source an issue 5 to sell it as a full set. That said, I honestly can't recommend this one. I have read it, and it was really boring and quite hard going. Think about it. Your main character just kind of says, "Arr, arr," and that's about it. Yeah, not fantastic. We've got Princess Leia. Now, this was a decent series. Not amazing or groundbreaking, but enjoyable. Issue 1, 2, and 3. Now, there were 5 of these, so whether or not I sell those as 3, as individuals, or as I try and get the final 2, I don't know. We'll have to see. I might have them in the back issues upstairs. From the second, is this the second? Not sure actually. From one of the Darth Vader runs, we've got issues 3, 4, 6, 7. Yep, just those. Yeah, they're just quite random duplicate issues that I think the customer had. Same again with these. Kanan, issue 7 and 8. And there's a variant cover for issue 2 there. That were 12? From memory, it was either 12 or 13. I think it was a 12-issue run. We've got an older Dark Horse one here now. This one's slightly more interesting. Now, before he sold them to me, or traded them in, he was very kind, and he went through and he rebagged and boarded them all so that they had fresh bags and boards on them. So sadly, it no longer has the Dynamic Forces foil sticker there because it was stuck to the other bag. But it does come with a certificate of authenticity, which claims that this issued certificate is to authenticate this copy of the comic, Rogue Squadron Issue 1, as a specially limited series of only 750 copies, signed by Mike Barron and Alan Nunes, who, they're not the writer because the writer is Michael A. Stackpole, so I'm guessing that they're artists. Now there's no signatures on the front there, but I did have a look at this earlier as well. If we open it up, on the inside, it is indeed signed by both of those chaps. And does it tell me here who they are? Right, Michael A. Stackpole did the story, but the script was Mike Barron, and the pencils, so the actual artwork, was Alan Nunes. So yeah, we've got artist, we've got artist, and we've got script writer. Quite like that on the back. Anyone's got one of those to trade in, it'd look lovely in my shop window. More Star Wars comics. When Marvel got the license back from Dark Horse to do Star Wars comics in, I think it was 2015, they started with these. Now, need to put that. I suppose I should have put these in order first. We've got a first print of issue 1. We've got a second print of issue 1. We've got a variant cover of issue 1 now. This is a pretty cool variant cover. It is a Previews exclusive New York Toy Fair cover. Now, the New York Toy Fair covers usually use toys to make up their covers, and that one, I'll take some better images of this with the better lens on the other side of the camera, so you can see this. This one is made up of loads of Stormtrooper figures stood in rank and file, with a kneeling Darth Vader in front of an Emperor figure sat in some kind of throne that we can barely see in the foreground. And what I love the look of, it looks to be Stormtroopers DJing. Obviously they're not, but that's what it looks like to my eyes. Love that. And there's a good run of these. We've got issue 2, issue 3, 4, 5, 6. No 7, bizarrely. But I think I've got a 7 somewhere. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So that takes you up to the Vader Down story, which was a crossover between the Darth Vader run and the Star Wars run. We've got issue 28, and then of a later Star Wars series, we've got issue 10 and 14. So we'll probably do the run up to 15 as a bundle, and then the other 2, those 2, as singles. Apparently that's first appearance of Starlight Squad. I don't know who Starlight Squad is. Oh, and then also we've got annual, got the first annual for the Star Wars run. We've got the Saga Comics premiere, and we've also got, bizarrely, the Marvel previews catalogue for the month that the Star Wars ones was first advertised in. Interesting. Now, the best of the bunch that chap brought me in were these Spawn comics. And yes, we've got a good run here from 1 to, I think he said 30. Thereabouts. So we've got issue 1, we've got issue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is the first appearance of Angela, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, I'm just proving that I can count, that's all I'm doing. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, Now there is one missing here. Number 27 is gone. But we've got 28, 29 and 30. Apparently that was a controversial cover. Now I did speak to the chap at the time and asked him whether or not he thought this was controversial upon release or whether or not it's become controversial in hindsight, because people do seem to like to get offended over the tiniest little things nowadays. And both of us kind of agreed it was probably the latter, unfortunately. But either way, I can see why this might be considered controversial. And that was all of the comics brought in by that lovely chap. Next, one of my regulars brought me a batch of pretty cool loose figures. There's a pile of boxed ones as well. We'll take a look at the loose ones first. Kicking off with the Toy Biz. We've got a Doctor Strange there with his over-the-top Liberace cape. We've got a pretty cool Nightcrawler. Now, sadly, it looks like his rubber tail has split down the base, but I don't know, maybe that could be glued back in. We have a Juggernaut. Now, how big is that figure? It's just bloody huge, isn't it? Sadly, no helmet. Weapon X Wolverine. Seems to be complete in there. That's not a broken foot, it's just squished in. It looks like he's complete with his diorama base and alternate head back there. Omega Red. Baron Zemo, complete with his scepter. We've got a couple of different Spider-Men. A battle damaged one, or battle ravaged. I always quite like this figure, I think it's pretty cool looking. And we've got one from Spider-Man 2. Superposable type one. Very cool. Over here we've got a full set of Fantastic Four, including Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Reed Richards. And he's got his bum facing forward, hasn't he? There we go. A bit better. And of course, The Thing. And I think it's fairly clear he had a bit of a thing for The Thing. Now, sadly, The Thing has lost one of his fingers. But then again, when he turns into The Thing, he loses a finger on each hand anyway, doesn't he? We've got the House of M version of The Thing. We've got one of the... This one came from the Fantastic Four Classics range. I believe that one's first appearance thing. Now, moving on to the Hasbro Marvel Legends. We've got Thor. We've got a much more recent one in the form of Shocker, complete with his dazzly bits. We've got a Moon Knight, pretty cool figure. And we've got Toy Biz Anniversary, or Marvel Legends Anniversary, Toy Biz style. Captain America, he's complete with all his bits in there as well. MCU now, from Hasbro, we've got Thor Ragnarok Thor. Now this one has got a custom cape. Fabric, pretty cool looking. You're going to notice some customs along here. An Ant-Man, which has had a bit of an extra brighter red added to him. I would say limited success, or none at all. Star-Lord, he seems to have lost a gun. Black Panther, unfortunately he's had his ab crunch joint glued in place, so he's not going to bend at the abs anymore. We've got Vision, again, custom cape. I actually quite like that cape. I think it's far better than the lump of plastic that you get with it. We've got one of the Tom Holland Spider-Man ones. I'm not going to hazard a guess as to which this is. You tell me. You tell me. And then we've got Punisher from the Daredevil series. It's quite a sought after one now. Looks like he's had a bit of a beating added to him. And we've got a Diamond Select Daredevil to go with him. This one, it's had that ab crunch glued, it's had the swivel joints glued, and it's had the swivel joints on the ankles glued as well. This customer needs his head testing. Got a few G.I. Joe, these haven't even been taken out of the bag since when he bought them off me. We've got Duke. Got, is it Scarlet? I'm not up on my G.I. Joe, so excuse me if I get them wrong. Scarlet, I believe. Baroness. Now, I believe that she's a combination of two figures, and some of the other bits are in there. And she comes with a pretty cool looking bike. Black Series now. We've got Beskar Mando. Bo-Katan Kreese. Ahsoka Tano. Is there any difference between this and the upcoming one from Ahsoka? We've got a custom original version of Mando here. He's been made a little bit more beaten up and given one of those fabric capes. We've got a Boba Fett from Mando. And we've got an original Boba Fett as well, from the first series. And also from that same first series, we've got the Sand Trooper. And now these ones I think are vintage collection. Got a Luke Skywalker who's lost his lightsaber, unfortunately. A Yoda, not by the ears, looks like a rabbit. He seems to be complete. We've got one of the Obi-Wans, which I'm not sure if that's vintage collection or an earlier rendition. We've got a Qui-Gon and a Mace Windu. Also, randomly in there was this original series Green Ranger, one of the flip head ones. See if we can get it to work. Will he work? Will he work? Oh, he will. Fantastic. And we've got a WWE Classic Superstar Mick Foley Dude Love figure. Also in this lot was the Dark Knight Returns Mezco 112 figure. Loose unboxed, unfortunately, but does have all of the bits in this baggie. He looks quite angry, doesn't he? Next! And now let's have a look at some of the boxed ones. There's a really nice Toy Biz Wolverine here. Packaging is really crisp as well. Silver Surfer along with Howard the Duck. Packaging on this one has a few crinkles across the top edge there, unfortunately. Then back there we've got the X-Men box set. Rogue, Beast, Gambit, Wolverine and Magneto. I like that box set. It's a nice one. On the Hasbro versions, we've got Gambit on the retro card. We've got the 20th anniversary of Marvel Legends in the Toy Biz style Hulk. That weighs a ton, does that. And the Iron Man. Retro Spider-Man. Now this one has been opened. I like how it's done though, because you could get away with gluing that back down if you were so inclined. So there's that Spider-Man, and then there's also the web splat Spider-Man as well. Black symbiote costume. Lizard. Ben Reilly. Hobgoblin. And a big beast of a rhino. A couple more in the form of Thanos, a deluxe, and Thor's Ragnarok. Star of this lot though is definitely the Mafex Amazing Spider-Man. That's a cool one, is that? And there are a few G.I. Joe classified as well. The Storm Shadow. The Spirit Iron Knife. I like that it comes with the eagle. Very cool. There's a Snake Eyes. And a Zartan. It's quite a big pile of awesomeness. Next. It's only been a small delivery this week from Diamond. Just the one box. But fortunately, there have been a couple of other things from other suppliers, so there's still a few boxes to open. I will start with the Diamond one first though. So let's kick it off with this. Let's see what's in here. Ooh. So we'll get the ball rolling with the comics. We've had Alien issue 5 of the latest Alien run from Marvel Comics. several copies of it. Continuing the Dark Droids crossover, we've got the Darth Vader issue. We've got Daredevil. Now, I normally get the Venomverse comics in, and somehow I completely missed this entire series, Edge of Venomverse. So I have back ordered it and they've all turned up. We've got issue 1, we've got issue 2, but in 2 variant covers because it's all they had left. Issue 3, which again is another variant cover because it's the only one they had left in stock. Issue 4 and issue 5. Quite like that issue 5, I think that was quite cool. And then we've got issue 2 of the latest Venomverse series, Death of the Venomverse. There should be a few copies of that, and for some reason I've only received the one, so more chasing up to do. Again, something there should be multiple copies of, and there's only one, is Walking Dead Deluxe. More chasing up to do. I Hate Fairyland and Fudge Fairyland. From DC, I've got a back issue there of Night Terrors, issue 1, back order for a customer, and Dune House Harkonnen. Last but not least, the Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, you did see right, on top of that box were 2 Funko Pops. Both of them were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin. Previews exclusive. Also in that box were a couple of mangas. We have the latest volume of Kaiju number 8 and the latest volume of Persona 5. Now, let's see what's in these other boxes. We'll start with the little one first. Looks like we've got some more Pokemon goodies. We've got the latest Elite Trainer box, Obsidian Flames from Scarlet and Violet. The latest booster pack, same one, Obsidian Flames. Should be 2 of them, I believe. Yep, there we go. And then another one of the last one that came out, Paldea Evolved, just because it keeps selling out. And some rubbish. Oh, we all like a bit of rubbish. I'll show you this one from the side because it says on the side of the box what it is. That's right, we've got some foam packing. These come quite well packed of these. It's Trick or Treat Studios 1/6 scale figure. If I can get out the box at all. Oh dear. It's not easy doing it one-handed, you know. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. 1/6 scale Michael Myers figure. Should we have a look at him? There we go. Let's see what it looks like in the box. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Pretty cool indeed. I like that. And there's just a big box left, and I'm sure it's not going to be more of them, is it? They've got another Living Dead doll presents Wednesday Addams. It's all the other ones sold. We've got a NECA turtle. A NECA Universal Monsters turtle. Donatello as the Invisible Man. You know, I quite like these figures. I think these have been really, really good. I like that face, it looks like a ghost. Yeah, I like that. Well, I've got some young lad waiting for one of those as well. There's 2 of them. And then in here there should also be a Tiffany. Oh, looks like her instructions have come loose inside the box. I'm going to have to open that up to replace them, aren't I? Brilliant seller, these. Always selling out of them. They sell almost as fast as these. Yeah. These are both the Mezco 15-inch Chuckies and Tiffany's. What's saying? I can talk! But he doesn't. He has a hole in the back, but he don't talk. That's no good, is it? Let's have a look at the Tiffany. Does she talk?
I love you, Chucky. See, now that's the work of a true homicide of genius. I love you, Chucky.
I love you, Chucky. That's spooky.
See, now that's the work of a true homicide.
Oh, yeah, very scary. And then last thing is Silent Hill 2 Deluxe box set. In fact, it doesn't look much different on either side, does it? Just a different figure it shows on each side. These are the 5 points, also by Mezco. But this is a customer order as well. And we've got an empty box. Next. And we've got another batch of vinyl in. Thin Lizzy. It's got a couple of scratches on it, unfortunately. An AC/DC single there. Baby Please Don't Go, Jailbreak, and Soul Stripper. More AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. This one's cool, Thunderstruck. It's a fold-out poster sleeve, is that? The price back then. It ain't that anymore. Who Made Who? With the live version of Guns for Hire. Fly on the Wall. Who Made Who? Got a pretty cool box set here. This one's got High Voltage, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, and Powerage. And there they are in the original paper sleeves. Cool looking set. Nicest of the AC/DC though has to be this picture disc. Get that out so you can have a quick look at it. How cool is that? This is a pretty sweet one. Chris Rea presents The Return of the Fabulous Hofner Blue Tones. You get one album in there. It's a book. Oh, sorry, you get 2 albums actually. I thought there was only one. There's 2 there. Even better. And then 3 CDs as well. It'll just show you 2 on the back as well, doesn't it? That's a pretty cool one. Not expensive either. They only seem to sell for about a tenner, which is weird considering what you get. Iron Maiden Virtual XI or 11. Obviously 11, isn't it? This is from when Bruce wasn't part of the lineup, when he was on his little break. Book of Souls. That one's coming home with me. Very cool. These ones still sealed. I love the limited to 1 per customer label from HMV there. Still sealed Number of the Beast. It's not the original pressing, unfortunately. Joe Bonamassa. Sorry if I've butchered his name. Blues of Desperation, also sealed, double LP. And The Clash, London Calling. Another classic, and also limited to 1 per customer. Next. Alright, who likes Pokemon? I got a load of Pokemon plushies in. This one's a Build-A-Bear Workshop one. I can't tell you names because I'm not up on Pokemon at all. So you'll have to figure it out as you go along. That's another Build-A-Bear one. Don't think this one is though. I know that one because everyone asks for Charizard, so I know that's Charizard.
Charmander!
I guess this one's Charmander.
Charmander!
There's that little blob of purple stuff. Another Build-A-Bear one. Oh, he's dead. There's a Snorlax. I know that one. And there's a Cloud. And then to make room for the rest, these are all getting pushed off. Because there's more to come. There's lots more to come. You can name them as you go along. Because I ain't got a clue who they are. Oh, it says on actually, look, Jolteon, Vaporeon. I know Bulbasaur. That one doesn't have a label, so I don't know who that is. And neither does that. So you're going to have to identify these ones yourselves. Looks like someone had a really good go at catching them all. Oh, does this one have a name on it? Jigglypuff. Raboot, is that right? Umbreon? That's quite cute, isn't it? Looks like an aloof Egyptian cat. Totodile? Where did they get these names from? Oh, blue lizard. Oh, I know Squirtle. There's a lot of blue ones, isn't there? One of my neighbours had a dog like that once. Oh. Pichu, because it's missing the K. That comes out around about Easter time. No idea who this one is. Oh, then there's just two more. I know Eevee, everyone talks about Eevee. No idea who that is. There's one or two there though, isn't there? Next! And last week I completely forgot to show you these, which a very kind customer and viewer of this channel donated to the shop, and they display very nicely. So these were produced to promote the Blackburn Comic Con back in November of 2017. Guessing it was sponsored by Ubisoft, but this video isn't, so we won't focus on that. And it's quite a nice print of Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor. Actually says it on the poster, doesn't it? But I'm still going to say it. But the very nice thing about it is it's actually signed by him from the event, as is the rather fantastic Boba Fett one from the same event, and it is signed by Jeremy Bullock. Rest in peace, my friend. And there he is, telling you some of the things that he did. I like how this one gives you a nice big list of all the stuff that he did, but Colin Baker, just the 6th Doctor, nothing else, hadn't done anything else. Yes he did. So yeah, these are now proudly on display, and you can see them if you head up towards the first floor of the shop. Next, and just to fill you in on a couple of pieces that I found while rummaging the stocks upstairs, I found these two alien pieces that are quite cool. These are by Mezco Toys and are called Mezits. You get little chunky minifigures in there. You get a Xenomorph, I believe that's a cane, and a space jockey, and of course the little face hugger. Over here we've got Ellen Ripley, hero of the entire series, an alien queen, which is pretty cool, some poor victim, and an alien warrior. And they're both still sealed on their backing cards, which is quite cool. Long since out of print. Does it say when these came from? 2004. So I'll be 10 years old next year. Something else I found upstairs as well. And I've already taken snaps of this and stuck it on the website. It's even price labelled up so you can see what this is. We've got a Star Trek Mini-Mates, Captain Picard and Borg Queen. I suppose it were a minifigure find upstairs. Thanks so much for tuning in to yet another episode of this cosmic toy adventure. It's always fantastic to have you here. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that ding-a-ling for notifications on future uploads. Cheers for watching everyone. Hope to catch you again in the next one. Bye!